Hey harmonizers, welcome to this update with Secret, who's expecting her baby really soon in this video clip, and you're going to get to see her baby Foal at the end of this video, or I guess I should say during this video. And you can see Secret is looking really wide. She came in for some love and some TLC, so even though my mares get pregnant and they're just expecting a baby, we still dote on them. They still get their grooming, they get some attention, they get to hang out, and we still keep up on their handling skills. Like here, she's getting some cream on her nose because she had a little bit of a sunburn happen in there, so we put some zinc cream on. And this is really cute. This is Secret out in the pasture with Bunny and her baby Gingy, and you can see she's kind of looking over like, oh, I can't wait for my baby to come. And that's Bunny and little Gingy there, and Secret's just on the other side. So they were great to be back out in the field together, and Bunny for the most part just kind of kept away from Secret, but they definitely didn't interact in any bad way or anything like that. So she's been hanging out with them. And then even out in the pasture when we would come and do a lot of our checks, these are my little girls coming over to just say hi and give her lots of hugs. And then when it was full time, he ended up having to go to the Guelph Equine Hospital, also called the Large Animal Clinic, because he ended up being dehydrated. And that was kind of part because he was born in the kind of the wee hours of the early morning on a really cold, rainy day. And so he was cold, he was wet, he was shivering. Even though our staff and support team intervened really quickly, he wasn't able to get enough nursing done, so he ended up going to the hospital. And that was also because Secret needed her placenta to come out still, so she had to get some meds for that, and then that kind of delayed her being willing to have the nursing, so it was all just kind of a real delayed process. So although he had like a sucking reflex and everything, it wasn't kind of a technical issue that way. It was more just so many different factors causing him to be slower at nursing. So this is them coming out of the clinic and getting on the trailer to go home, which was super awesome to know that everything had gone just fine at the clinic. They were able to get enough fluids into him, both IV and nursing. Of course, he did get enough colostrum as well, so he was able to get his antibodies. And then Secret started eating out of the hay bag and bashing him with it, so I had to move it over to the other side. She had one in her side as well, but she decided to pick on the hay bag that happened to be in his little stall. And then we come back to the farm and we'll take them out here. And of course we originally had them divided, and then he really needed to nurse. So when we stopped for gas, we repositioned things around so that way we could get them together, kind of more like a stock trailer in there, meaning no dividers, just kind of open for them to move around, because it was taking a little bit too long with how traffic was, that I didn't want to keep them separated that long. Definitely did not want to make him wait to do his nursing again, since that was the whole reason they ended up at Guelph in the first place. Not just like waiting for nursing, but the combo of waiting because he was cold and shivering, she needed her placenta to come out, all of those kind of little pieces. And when they are newborn, they are very lower in their sugars. Like they need to get the fluids in kind of quickly, and they need a lot of that food, and they need to feed frequently in order to get enough fluids into them. So it's not something where they can wait a few hours. It's not like that on your day one of being born. You need to have that nutrition. And so now you can see he's out, he's walking around and doing really well. This is, coming back home, super cute. And you can see little Maple, the cat there, hanging out. Of course, my cat's always trying to get in the videos as well. They're like, isn't this channel about us? It's like, no, Maple, no, it is not. So we let her just have a little bit of grass for a second. I ended up coming over to pet little baby over there and just kind of check him out and want to move him over. He started to go down the fence line, and just letting Secret eat a little bit of that grass while we got everything figured out. And then it's just a matter of getting them back out to the paddock. And we didn't want to put them right into the paddock with Bunny and her baby, so we wanted to give them some time in the round pen, which is flatter footing. I figured I'd let her come over and just kind of say hello to Bunny in that general direction, just to kind of be like, yep, I had a baby and I'm back now, because they are definitely friends, Bunny and Secret, and they've got their little babies, super cute, but wanted to put them in a separate area so they could be safe and separated. You know, he'd just come home from a really long trailer ride, and although he's eager to get moving, you can see he's just eager to move around. We have to direct him where to go and get into the pen. We wanted to give him some flat footing, and you can see Secret is happy to be home and wanting to move around a little bit. I think they've been cooped up in a stall, and so she gets out there and she's rolling in the sand. She's happy to be out there, and he's so cute. He's just kind of watching and starting to do the little zoomies and run around, and it's so cute and super awkward, partially because they've been in a stall for a few days, making sure they have the nutrition and getting everything checked out. And then the other thing is he had one of his front legs were a little bit contracted, like the tendon hadn't fully released yet or relaxed. So they did give him a medication to relax that tendon and just make sure that his legs would be okay. That can happen sometimes with foals, that they come out and in his case, just one of his legs, the tendon was a little bit more contracted. It was really nice that he was already at the hospital for a different reason, because there was a very experienced surgeon that took a look at him and just kind of verified, like nothing really wrong here. He didn't need any wraps on his legs. He didn't need any surgery or any procedures or anything. They just gave him the medicine to help with relaxing that tendon, which it did, which can make them a little bit more loosey-goosey in general. So you might notice as he's running around, he doesn't look as steady on his feet. And so that's a little bit of the reason there. But the surgeon and the vets reassured me that that would be looking better within a few days. And as the time goes on, it would be looking a lot better. So we put them in the stall for overnight. Wanted to do this for at least a few nights. Even though my horses generally live outside 24/7, I want to make sure while he's still adjusting to the temperature, because for whatever reason, Canada is having a little bit of a cooler spell and some cooler days that are much more like fall temperatures or very early spring. So I was like, okay, I want you indoors. I don't want you getting rained on and getting cold and shivery or anything like that. So he's indoors, and we decided to name him Charm. So let me know what you think. He's our lucky charm. Remember to subscribe and check out harmonyhorsemanship.com for even more learning.